Imagine for a moment a car manufacturer intentionally obliterating hundreds of its own vehicles, not in some clandestine research lab, but openly as a central pillar of its engineering and marketing philosophy. During the tumultuous 1970s, while many automotive companies were merely striving to satisfy emerging governmental safety regulations, a particular German automaker embarked on an entirely distinct trajectory. They transformed the stark, violent reality of crash testing into a compelling, undeniable selling proposition. This wasn't merely about ticking boxes for compliance. It represented a profound, almost revolutionary dedication to passenger security that would reshape the automotive industry's approach to safety for generations. Before the dawn of the 1970s, the concept of automotive safety, as we understand it today, was largely a secondary consideration. Vehicle design priorities were predominantly dictated by aesthetics, outright performance, and manufacturing cost. Crash testing, where it existed, was remarkably rudimentary, often involving little more than a low-speed impact into a fixed barrier, with minimal instrumentation and an almost fatalistic acceptance of potential accident consequences. The prevailing mindset placed the entire burden of accident prevention and survival squarely on the driver, rather than on the inherent design integrity of the vehicle itself. The latter half of the 1960s ushered in a significant paradigm shift. A burgeoning public outcry, fueled by a powerful consumer protection movement, began to challenge this established order. Influential figures like Ralph Nader meticulously exposed the inherent dangers embedded in many contemporary vehicle designs, while the subsequent establishment of regulatory bodies, such as the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration in the United States, began to mandate minimum safety standards. Such fundamental changes compelled automakers to confront a new reality, though many initially perceived these regulations as an unwelcome financial burden rather than a catalyst for genuine engineering innovation. While many manufacturers viewed emerging safety mandates as an onerous imposition, demanding only grudging adherence to the letter of the law, one company chose a fundamentally divergent path. Mercedes-Benz, rather than simply ticking regulatory boxes, initiated a profound engineering undertaking aimed at dissecting and actively mitigating the very physics of real-world accident forces. Such efforts were not a knee-jerk reaction to new legislation. They represented the culmination of decades of foundational research. Its genesis lay in the groundbreaking work of safety pioneer Béla Barényi, whose conceptual insights in the 1950s first articulated the revolutionary idea of a robust, non-deforming passenger cell enveloped by strategically designed energy-absorbing zones, what we now commonly refer to as crumple zones. The brand committed substantial resources to transform this theoretical framework into tangible automotive reality, elevating occupant protection to an intrinsic principle within their entire design philosophy. The practical manifestation of this vision resided in the meticulous development of their safety passenger cell architecture. Engineers centered this design principle on creating an exceptionally rigid central cabin, a veritable survival capsule constructed with high-strength steels and advanced welding techniques. Its purpose was to maintain structural integrity and safeguard occupants even under immense impact loads, ensuring the critical space for driver and passengers resisted significant deformation. Surrounding this unyielding core, both at the front and rear of the vehicle, were precisely calibrated sections. These were the crumple zones, crafted to deform in a controlled, progressive sequence, absorbing and dissipating kinetic energy away from the passenger compartment. The objective remained clear: to manage collision forces through the deliberate managed destruction of specific peripheral structures, thereby preserving the critical occupant space. This concept represented a seismic shift in automotive engineering thought, moving beyond mere rigidity to intelligent energy management. Translating these complex theoretical models and structural designs into proven, real-world efficacy demanded an equally sophisticated validation process. Mercedes-Benz established what was arguably the most advanced crash testing facility of its era, located at their Stuttgart Untertürkheim plant. Engineering teams moved far beyond the simplistic straight-on barrier impacts then commonplace. They orchestrated an exhaustive suite of rigorous examinations encompassing a wide spectrum of collision scenarios: asymmetrical offset frontal impacts, side-on collisions, high-energy pole impacts, and even simulated vehicle rollovers. Every trial functioned as a meticulously controlled experiment, utilizing highly instrumented anthropomorphic test devices, crash test dummies, bristling with sensors to record every millisecond of force and acceleration. High-speed cinematic capture provided invaluable visual data, allowing researchers an unprecedented granular understanding of structural deformation and occupant kinematics, transforming destructive testing into an exacting scientific discipline. Mercedes-Benz's unwavering dedication to demonstrably superior occupant protection, showcased through their elaborate and publicly accessible crash test footage, created a stark divergence from established industry norms. While many rivals remained content to design solely to meet the bare minimum regulatory benchmarks, the brand proactively exhibited vehicles capable of withstanding impacts far exceeding these government mandates. This assertive promotion of safety, substantiated by compelling, destructive evidence, initially encountered considerable skepticism among competitors. Certain critics dismissed it as an unnecessarily opulent financial outlay, a mere marketing gimmick rather than genuine engineering advancement. Others, lacking the immense financial reserves and specialized infrastructure, simply found themselves unable or unwilling to replicate the extensive research and complex testing facilities necessary to challenge such a high standard. Yet Mercedes-Benz, with its unique position and foresight, wasn't merely building safer cars. It was strategically building a perception. The company shrewdly capitalized on its extensive crash testing capabilities, transforming what could have been a purely internal engineering expense into a powerful marketing asset. Throughout the 1970s, iconic print and television campaigns frequently showcased actual, unedited crash test footage. Viewers witnessed firsthand the violent impacts, followed by revealing shots of the passenger cell's integrity, a dramatic demonstration of engineered resilience. Such footage functioned as more than an advertisement for a vehicle. It served as an assurance, a tangible promise of security that resonated deeply with a public increasingly concerned about automotive safety. The three-pointed star thus became synonymous with an unparalleled level of occupant protection, fundamentally redefining what consumers expected from a premium automobile. Beyond shifting consumer perception, Mercedes-Benz's pioneering efforts subtly began to reshape the broader regulatory landscape. By publicly showcasing vehicles that could withstand collisions far beyond the prevailing government mandates, they effectively established a new, higher technical baseline. This public demonstration of what was not only technically achievable but also commercially viable often placed implicit pressure on legislative bodies. Regulators, observing a major manufacturer consistently exceeding existing safety requirements, were compelled to consider more stringent standards. The brand had, in essence, provided a blueprint, proving that enhanced occupant protection was not an unattainable ideal, but a demonstrable engineering achievement ready for wider implementation across the industry. Ultimately, the impact of Mercedes-Benz's relentless pursuit of occupant protection was profound and far-reaching. The Stuttgart manufacturer definitively solidified its standing as the preeminent global authority in automotive safety. Their holistic methodology, encompassing rigorous crash testing protocols and meticulous vehicle architecture, transformed into a foundational competitive advantage. This comprehensive strategy didn't just set a benchmark for what was possible, it created an undeniable imperative for others within the industry to elevate their own safety standards. Such initiatives reached beyond a simple tactic to boost sales figures. They represented a profound paradigm shift in engineering philosophy, one that unequivocally prioritized human life above all else. It stood as irrefutable proof that advanced safety measures could serve as a formidable brand asset rather than solely an unavoidable compliance cost. The fundamental tenets established by Mercedes-Benz during the 1970s, specifically the concept of a rigid passenger cell, the deliberate design of energy-absorbing crumple zones, and the scientific discipline of instrumented crash testing, today represent the absolute cornerstone of automotive safety engineering worldwide. Such pioneering innovations, born from a dedication to understanding collision dynamics, are not merely historical footnotes. They are embedded in the DNA of every contemporary vehicle, irrespective of its brand or market segment. From stringent Euro NCAP assessments that scrutinize vehicle integrity to the sophisticated algorithms powering advanced driver assistance systems, the enduring impact of these destructive yet life-affirming experiments continues to dictate how automobiles are conceived, validated, and how effectively they safeguard occupants on our roads. The narrative of Mercedes-Benz and their relentless pursuit of occupant protection serves as a profound testament to engineering foresight, demonstrating a refusal to merely meet regulatory minimums. It remains a compelling reminder that truly transformative breakthroughs often emerge not from simply adding new features, but from the meticulous, even brutal, dissection of what goes wrong. These represent the hidden engineering sagas we endeavor to illuminate here at the Vintage Motors Vault, carefully tracing the pivotal design choices and experimental endeavors that have, often silently, sculpted the automotive landscape we navigate today.